Hello, Sports Cards Investor. I'm super pumped to have you here. My name is Kilian from Soccer Card Investing. And this week we are back with some exciting soccer sports cards news. So we got a new Bundesliga all-time top scorer, and we will obviously talk about that and other exciting news today. So let's just get right in. I will share my screen here so you can actually see what is up in the recent newsletter, right? I'm always looking here on Transfermarkt, actually. Should be able to see my screen now. No, not yet. Let's remove this one here. And let's try again. All right. Should work now, right? All right, okay. So as I just mentioned in this starting sentence, we got a new Bundesliga all-time top scorer. His name is Robert Lewandowski. What a surprise. And he actually broke the record of Gerd Müller this very last weekend. Gerd Müller, by the way, not related in any form to Thomas Müller. It's just a very, very, very usual last name in Germany, the name Müller. But yeah, huge shout out here to Robert Lewandowski, even if he's probably not hearing that. It's just been incredible how consistent this guy has been over the last few years, like constantly improving, starting at Lech Posen in the Polish league, then making the move to Borussia Dortmund. They're also some years already on world-class performance. But this guy is like fine wine. It really seems like he's just getting better with age. And what he's been doing the last two seasons especially, it's been absolutely phenomenal. And this year he broke this eternal record, how they say in Germany, 40 goals in one single Bundesliga season. And he even needed 6 games less for that than Gerd Müller. So you could argue he's the more effective goal scorer than Gerd Müller, the German legend. And what you also have to consider is that there's still 1 game left in the current Bundesliga season. So next week, they're actually having another match in Bundesliga. So Lewandowski has not only the potential to break the record, but to surpass it as well. And I'm pretty confident that he will. So what does this mean now for his soccer cards? It is pretty obvious. This will definitely have a positive long-term impact on his soccer cards, because this guy right now, he's going down in history as the top Bundesliga goal scorer. And for example, the last record set by Gerd Müller, I think that was back from can't see it here right now. Yeah, 1971 and season 1971, 1972. So it's really like 40 years back. So this last record was I mean 40 years ago, and I mean that's just incredible. I think it will take some time for another striker to actually break Lewandowski's record now again. We had a pretty competitive season in the Bundesliga in terms of central forwards, with Andre Silva from Eintracht Frankfurt as well, scoring way over 20 goals this season so far already. But scoring 40 in just a total of 34 games, that's pretty amazing. And considering even that Lewandowski was injured, which he rarely is, because he has, like, in terms of physics, he's like a Cristiano Ronaldo, super trained and super highly professional, rarely injured. This guy is super consistent, but this season he actually was out for a few weeks, but still managed to break the record. That just for me just says how world class he really is. And for me, he's definitely one of the best strikers in the world right now, and maybe even the best central forward. The wheel number 9, you really see those playing types dying out. We really have 2 exciting strikers in the German Bundesliga right now with Lewandowski and Haaland. But yeah, it's not as common today to see this Ruud van Nistelrooy type of player, right? Who really knows how to make the ball safe, but also finish. Of course, Lewandowski and Haaland are 2 two totally different types of player. Haaland is more like going into the box with power. Lewandowski is more like with his back to the goal, actually knows how to control the ball, has a great technique, and is just a clinical finisher. But yeah, talking about his potential there long term, I think, like I just said, he's going to get down as an absolute legend. Already 32 years old, but this guy still seems to improve every season. And for me, particularly interesting here are his first cards, actually. So I know that probably most of you will be familiar with his 2018 Panini Prism World Cup and the 2016 Panini Prism UEFA cards. Lewandowski. But actually, for me, the more interesting sticker is the 2008 Panini Extra Classa. That's his actual rookie sticker, right? So importance on sticker. I know that many people are actually only focusing on cards, but guys, you really have to look out for the stickers here, because you gotta understand that's the culture here in Europe. We all started with stickers, right? So when you, for example, in your youth, you were collecting baseball cards or so, for us, it was definitely stickers, and cards are relatively new. Of course, you see some vintage cards as well from the 90s and 80s even, but it's mostly been stickers over here in Europe. So if you find a rookie sticker or card of a certain player, it most often will be a sticker, actually. And this is the case with Lewandowski as well. We see two stickers here in total from this 2008 season in Poland. There's the number 8 sticker. This is Lewandowski and actually like a full body shot. So really in action. As you can see here, you only have 9 graded a PSA 10. So this card is really like super rare. And then even more rare and even scarcer is his number 128. That is him with a headshot. So just his face is basically on the sticker. And this one you will find only twice graded as the PSA 10. So it is pretty difficult to get your hands on one of those. But as I said, long term, I think this guy is really going to be down. Like he is in history already, because like setting records and playing at such a consistent level over and over again, it's a no-brainer for me. So super excited about that. That's a big step here for a single player, and super nice that we are living in an era where we can actually profit from that as well, right? Someone is achieving something in real life, and we as sports cards investor, we can understand what this implies on the actual market. All right, so another guy I was just looking into here and who seems really interesting to me is this guy called Aaronson. So he's an American player, Brenden Aaronson, and just plays here for RB Salzburg. Made the move over from, I believe it's Philadelphia, sorry. So from the MLS, made the move over to RB Salzburg, and seems to be a pretty exciting player. You know, RB Salzburg really has a great academy, really great youth teams. You saw Haaland graduating from there, even though he's from Norway and played for Molde in his youth seasons. He made his more like professional debuts on higher competitive level actually at RB Salzburg. So even though he made his first appearances at Molde, it was obviously a different level than in Austria for RB Salzburg, where he also played Champions League. So you have Haaland, you definitely have Dominik Szoboszlai as well. Naby Keita from Liverpool is also from RB Salzburg. So there is a huge track record actually of really high-class top talent. And who knows, Brenden Aaronson might just be the next one on this list. Looking at the current RB Salzburg squad, we see quite some exciting prospects. There is, for example, here as a center forward, Patson Dakar from Zambia. So this guy is actually just 22 years old, but scoring quite consistently. 27 appearances, 27 goals already this season. So that's amazing. And then, we have Megan Berisha, German under 21, this guy here. And it's this mentioned Brenden Aaronson. Another news we had here, and I'm just like spoilering that as well, is that actually RB Leipzig has already his eye on Brenden Aaronson, because they are talking here about a really excellent connection with Jesse Marsch. And Jesse Marsch is actually going to be the head coach of RB Leipzig starting this summer, because Julian Nagelsmann is making the move to Bayern Munich. And if it's really the case that they are really good friends or really have a great connection, Aaronson and Jesse Marsch also being American, could potentially be a nice move as well to get him to RB Leipzig as well, compete with his former teammate Szoboszlai. Who knows? So I think, he not former teammate, because he actually made the move January 21. That was when Szoboszlai went to RB Leipzig. But he seems to be kind of like the replacement at Salzburg for Szoboszlai, and is making a great deal out of it. So let's see. I mean, we have seen it in the Bundesliga already that there are some American talents who really can leave their mark, such as Christian Pulisic. We have Giovanni Reina right now at Borussia Dortmund, amazing talent as well. And who knows? Brenden Aaronson might just be the next one, and I would definitely keep my eye on him. We can see here that he's still super Aaronson, super rare actually, but there was a card of him, from his 2020 season, Topps MLS, where he was still at Philadelphia. So as you can see here, total number of this card, I would leave this guy out here. Total population of this card, just 3, and there's just 1 graded at PSA 10. That would be here the number 178. So the base version. I think pretty exciting. And if you are bullish on him and bullish on American players in general, I think that should be someone you should have on your watch list, definitely. Because of course, there are many Americans in the market, and they favor sometimes the American players. You could see that as well with Pulisic, with Reina, really strong increases in prices sometimes. And the same thing could basically happen with Brenden Aaronson as well. So write this guy down on your watch list. All right. Then next up, of course, we just have news as well here about Haaland and Sancho, who just won the German Cup with Borussia Dortmund last week against RB Leipzig. Haaland scored, Sancho as well. Sancho getting back into form. I really feel sorry for this guy as well, because he had a really difficult season, very many injuries, and so Haaland as well, his last season was better than this season, but you see him getting back into form as well, getting back into shape, scoring consistently. So that's good about Haaland. There's quite some buzz around him still. Mino Raiola, his agent, actually was seen here, spotted here in Barcelona with Haaland's father. So there's definitely something going on behind the scenes, maybe with Barcelona, maybe with Madrid, maybe with some English team as well, where, in my opinion, he would even fit better into the Premier League with his playing style. But this last weekend, Borussia Dortmund's manager, Michael Zorc, just confirmed that Haaland will not leave in summer 2022. But it's football. It's soccer. You never know. It's moving quickly. So I wouldn't give this like 100%, like 100% certainty that he's not making the move this summer. But even if he's not doing it this summer, I'm pretty sure he will move summer 2022. So even if you're not moving 2021, he will probably move 2022, because he has a release clause for that next summer in 1 year. So let's see. And regarding Sancho, I think he is a Manchester United fan, right? Even though he played in the youth for Man City, been heavily linked with Man United in the last years even. And I think this really depends on what England is doing on the transfer market this summer. You see that overall, every club is basically affected or heavily affected as well by the pandemic financially. Even the English clubs, but not so much. So I think this could be like the trigger for other clubs to really get active on the market. It could have some kind of a domino effect if there's some bigger transfer happening in England, say a 40, 50 million transfer inside the league, that maybe frees up some money for other clubs. For example, for Man United, so they could increase their bid on Borussia Dortmund for Sancho, then that money would move to Germany, to Borussia Dortmund, and things get going, you know? So I think it really depends on what is happening in England this summer. And if there's not much happening in England this summer, I think it will be a rather calm transfer window compared to other years. So still a lot of stuff will happen. That's for sure. But maybe we won't see those like huge kind of transfers this summer 2021. Let's see. But if that happens, that there are some players moving for considerable amounts in England, I could see a move of Sancho to Man United, for example, this summer. Let's see. And this obviously would have a positive impact on his card values because, in England, he would have more exposure. He would play in the country whose national team is always also playing for. So that would make total sense for me if his market value is going to increase if he's making the move. And the same applies for Haaland as well. Talking about Haaland as well, what I wanted to mention as well, remember that he is playing for Norway, and Norway did not qualify for the Euros. So this guy is probably not drawing so much attention this summer. That means if he's really staying at Dortmund and have like a rather calm season next season, maybe Champions League and, maybe reaching the quarterfinals or even like semifinals, you never know, but probably not going to beat Bayern Munich in the national competition, then he will definitely make the move 2022 and could buy him on a discount basically this summer because this guy's not even competing in the Euros, right? So for me, huge buying opportunity on Erling Haaland starting now until like starting next season, depending on how the overall price increase will be with the Euros, with more people getting into the market. But for me right now, it's a huge buying opportunity, especially for Erling Haaland, if you believe in him, because there is quite a good chance that he will make a major move next year to a Premier League side or a Spanish side even. Let's see. Another guy that's making the news recently is the French national Camavinga, currently playing at Stade Rennais in the French National League. And he's scouted by both Bayern Munich and PSG. So for Bayern Munich, I'm not too optimistic, to be honest, because you saw it in the last years that for central midfielders, it's quite hard to really make your appearances in the Bayern squad, because with Joshua Kimmich and Leon Goretzka, you have two of the very best central midfielders in the world playing in one team. You already saw, for example, Renato Sanchez, the Portuguese national, basically not being able to get his team and get his place in the team. You saw Michael Cousins, huge French talent, had to go to Olympique Marseille basically to escape the competition. So now you have this guy, Camavinga. It's amazing how much experience he already has at such a young age, just 18. So it's incredible for me, right? This guy was born 2002 and is already in his his third professional season. It's absolutely insane. But definitely someone to look out for in general with the 60 million market value. But now if he will actually make the move to PSG, I think that could be a really, really good move for him. Because consider that at PSG, you do have Marco Verratti, who's kind of world-class at central midfield. But after that, there is Paredes. And I kind of see him like he's okay. but I could see Camavinga being actually like in front of him in terms of like who can make more appearances. And yeah, just think about it, like an 18, 19-year-old guy playing in the strongest French side. He probably won't have any adaptation problems. So in general, I would definitely see this positive if he made the change in the move to PSG. But in general, you have to consider that he's a central, more like a defensive midfielder. So those kind of players don't really draw much attention in terms of market value. You see this, for example, with Joshua Kimmich, the one I just mentioned, German international and playing for Bayern Munich as well. World-class player, but even him, for his Panini 2018 Prism World Cup Silver Prism, graded a PSA 10, you can get one of those for 200 or 220 bucks. So it's really not that high of market in terms of market values for those kind of players. So I would be cautious with that as well. So sometimes those rookies are a bit overrated, in my opinion. I don't personally see him going up to like $1,000 card, for example, Camavinga, personally. I could be wrong, of course, but normally I would say be cautious with those defensive players. Normally you see much more love in the market for the more offensive players who really get on the stats for scoring and delivering assists. Yeah. All right. And then to wrap it up, we have Manchester City winning the Premier League. Congratulations as well here. Not a huge surprise for me. Third title in 4 years. Super successful period as well for Pep Guardiola. So very much looking forward as well for the Champions League final against Chelsea. 2 English sides in the final. That's super exciting. City is playing an amazing football. You gotta admit it, even though you probably don't like them. But it's really nice to see how they play on the field. Like, for a football connoisseur, if you like football, you have to like how they play. It's just amazing to see. And if you actually look at the squad as well, I think it's super exciting. Last week I already talked about KDB, about Kevin De Bruyne. For me, he's like one of the no-brainers in the market because he's so consistent. From a personal point of view as well, I think this guy's super down to earth. You just saw this recent contract extension. He negotiated actually himself without an agent. So he just went to the office there at Man City, to Guardiola's office, and extended his contract based on stats and data he gathered himself. So this guy seems to be smart and humble. I just personally like him. He's super consistent as well. And I see him playing for many, many years to come as well at Man City, and playing a crucial role. As long as Pep Guardiola will be the coach of Man City, I see KDB as super crucial. Mentioned him last week already. For me, is a no-brainer to invest in. Similar to Lewandowski. Also super exciting for me, Phil Foden, English talent. Can't wait to see him play in the Euros this summer. For me, he's playing an amazing season, amazing Champions League appearances as well. Extremely strong dribbler, so really gifted. Can't wait to see him compete on this top level this summer in the Euros. Then we also have Ferran Torres, Spanish international. You see him basically currently playing as well in the Spanish side here, made the appearance against Kosovo. Pretty excited about him. Of course, he has huge competition in the Spanish national team, but who knows? Maybe he can really prove himself as well this summer in the Spanish national teams. 10 caps, 6 goals. That's pretty impressive. Super optimistic about him as well. And I think overall we had an amazing week, right? And if this is of value for you, my goal, as I explained last week, of course, as well, is to go in here and wrap it up for you, what happened last week or what happened in an entire week. Make this for you like in a curated 20-25 minute video or so you know, as a sports cards investor, how you can basically get in front of the market, right? How you can anticipate what the current really like the moves in the market mean for you as a sports cards investor. I think it's just an amazing time, the time we live in an era where we have, for example, a Robert Lewandowski achieving something historical, and we as sports cards investor, because we understand what this like record implies on the actual market, on the sports cards market. We can profit from this. Because we're basically ahead of the game, right? So this is my goal with this channel overall, with the brand overall, with soccer card investing, and especially with this show, that I just go over what's happening in the market and explain to you what consequences this has for you as a sports cards investor. If you want more of this stuff, please do me a favor and go to www.soccercardinvesting.com and leave your email address there. Please don't miss out. Do me a favor and do yourself a favor as well. There's exciting stuff coming up on the website and on this YouTube channel as well. I really don't want you to miss out. So please just go to soccercardinvesting.com now and leave your email address there, and you will be the first to know. Other than that, it was a pleasure for me to hang out with you here for a few minutes and talk about sports, talk about soccer, specifically soccer cards. And have fun investing in sports cards, and see you next week. Bye bye.